Hey y'all, Natalie here, and it is Groundhog Day, and Jackie Malzahn had the cutest idea to come up with a hop for Groundhog Day, and every year you scrap lift yourself, which I thought was really clever. So I am scrap lifting this layout you can see up here in the orange of myself, and I'm using all those cute little book stickers and die cuts from Citrus Twist Kits. So I've chosen a similar paper. I went with green, but it is a full pattern of white on the colored background. So I thought that it looks similar to the orange paper that I used in the original layout. And then I'm kind of doing a white gesso background in the similar pattern right down the middle. It kind of billows out a little bit in the middle and tapers off at the ends, kind of like a teardrop, but on either end. What would you call that? An oval with points? I don't know. Some geometry major, let me know. So the original layout has stenciling in with texture paste on the background. So I'm using this word stencil by Vicki Boutin just because it's a layout about books and about reading. And so I thought to have a lot of words on the background would kind of be fun. I like it, but I will say it was really hard to get things to stick to this because of the irregular nature of the texture. I don't really know, but I am just getting it all over only the white gessoed area. So I'm kind of making sure not to really get it outside of my shape that I've made with the gesso. And then I'm going to make sure to let it dry really well because I'm going to put liquid watercolors over it and lots of water. So I do want to make sure that it's nice and dry. So there you have it. There's the dried, and it really blends in with the gesso. The gesso is really thick. So there are my two photos, which ventures away from the original layout, but they're of the same kids. Pictures I took of my kids at the library the other day. I also have journaling. I didn't have journaling really on the first layout. So I'm just going through the die cuts, kind of picking out some of the ones I know for sure that I want to use on the page. I'm going to use that bookmark. It'll look really nice next to the journaling. And yeah, I just really love this. So now I'm going to start throwing color on it. The color is really subtle on the original layout because it kind of soaks into the texture paste. So it's going to do that again. And I also roll it up with the paper towels. So I decided to go with blue and yellow and then to kind of mix together in the middle and create a green. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure why this happens, but the yellow mixes with the blue and it kind of looks black. I don't really know why. Maybe it's like the product is going bad, which is the likelihood. But you'll see what I mean here in a second. And if you hear shuffling in the background, sorry, that is Belle. She thinks anytime I start talking, that is meant for her to come over. See? I thought that yellow and blue made green, but maybe I was wrong. It made black here. But it's okay. That is the beauty of gesso because you can wipe things up and fix mistakes. So I wipe up that little middle part and I'm like, what is up with the black? I don't know. And then I just go in with an actual green spray, since that's likely the effect I was going for to begin with, right? Even when the green mixes with the blue, I still get some black. So I try to touch that up with another little aquamarine color in between the two, and it ends up looking fine. And I roll over it with paper towels. So that picks up a lot of the colors. So you just really get a subtle hint of tint to the background. And again, a lot of it's going to be covered up with the die cuts as well. So, but I love how the color just runs in between all of the texture paste. It's so fun. This is a hop. This was for anyone to participate in our group on Facebook, and I think a lot of people are participating. It's fun to scrap lift yourself. That's not something I do much. I guess I have go-to designs that I just typically gravitate towards, but I don't necessarily scrap lift myself all the time. So this was really fun and a very clever challenge. It's also Jackie's birthday, so happy birthday, Jackie. I used the same colors to go back and add some splatter, and I'm not going to roll those up. I am going to let those sit and dry so they'll be a little bit more vibrant on the background. So while I let that dry, I go off screen and I die cut the word bookworms out of some striped paper that really just kind of goes with all of the colors. It's a very colorful little die cut ephemera pack. It kind of has basically all the colors of the rainbow, so that worked. So I'm just going to lay everything on top and see exactly how I want it to look before I commit to sticking anything down. Those are my favorite skinny alpha dies. They're by Momenta, and I use them all the time, and I love how they can overlap one another like that. So I put my original back up there so you can kind of see the same aesthetic that I'm looking for. I use that like orangey red paper to back the journaling after I cut it down a little bit, and I'm going to use the same to back the pictures as well. Help them pop off the page a little bit and bring in some of the red that is in the stripe paper, as well as a little bit that I'm going to use in the rest of the die cuts that I put around the page. I'm using a lot of adhesive because, like I said, it's really hard to get things to stick to that background. Like, it's usually hard to get things to stick to gesso, but this is the texture paste through that word stencil. It makes it super bumpy and super difficult to stick stuff down. So just throwing a lot of glue on it, which is ironic because off screen at the very end, my Nuvo glue bottle came open and like blobbed all over the paper and made a big mess, but it cleaned up and it was fine. I say that now. There's probably like a ton of dog hair sticking to that one spot. But anyway, I stick all of the words down or letters down, and I'm using that jar just to, again, make them stick really well to the texture paste background because they were not wanting to stick. So I just give it a little pressure, and then that works well. And I find that Nuvo adhesive will do its job, and it won't come loose once it's finally stuck down and dry. And now I'm just going to throw a bunch of die cuts and stickers. And again, I sound like a broken record, but I am going to put Nuvo on the back of all the stickers, even if they already have adhesive, especially the puffy stickers. They're super sticky and they stick really well, but just to be sure, because I hate when things fall off and are floating around in your page protector. Yeah, so they're so cute. And I kind of like to build phrases so that you can kind of read it, even though it's not necessarily a put together sentence. So it ends up saying bookworms. Oh, what does it say? I can't see it on the screen. It says bookworms in the land of books. And then I add another sticker at the top of bookworms. It says tall tale. So it actually says tall tale bookworms in the land of books. I don't know. It just, I end up putting a lot of words stickers on this page. I usually kind of have a rule that I don't put too many because I want to give your eye a place to rest. But I kind of broke that rule this time because there were so many cute ones, and it's a page about books. It's a page about reading. So why won't I make my reader read? And my journaling just talks about how I'm really glad that they both love to read like me. And, I hope that they always continue to do so, and what they can learn from reading so much. So, yeah, I just threw in a couple of those little vines as well. Those were cute. And that little owl was super adorable. And I think we're done. Off screen, I also go through and I add some of the Pink Fresh Studio Essential Jewels in the navy blue because that matches the little vines that I put on there. And in the original layout, I put orange sequins all over the page, so I thought that was a good nod to the scraplift. So make sure you hop along and check out everybody's pages, and this was super fun. I hope that the groundhog says winter is over today because I'm done with winter. There's my original layout. I loved that one. Always a good hot tub pics. And then there's this one, this new one, and it's the scraplift of myself. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, y'all.